Hello everyone, this is CoinsKid. I hope you had a wonderful Wednesday and you have a brilliant Thursday. We're just jumping into the Bitcoin chart right now on the daily time frame. I'm noticing something. If I bring up the RSI, so basically you go up to the top on the indicators and you search for RSI, a relative strength index, the RSI guys. So you bring that up and it will drop into your chart down there. Okay, so the RSI is a brilliant tool. It shows you when it's overbought and oversold, and the other indicators as well. And the thing that I'm looking at here is we've painted something called a bearish divergence on the daily time frame. So if we look, we've got a lower high there and a higher high. Okay, so that's great, that's bullish, the price is going up. But on the RSI we've got a higher high and a lower high. Now that's actually indication of reversal pattern in price action. If you used to Google it, that's called a bearish divergence, and it works the same as well. Say for example that was a higher high and a lower high and the price action, and then we painted a lower high and a higher high on the RSI. That would be indicative of a reversal, and that's called a bullish divergence, guys. So that's a bearish divergence. It doesn't always necessarily mean that we are going to go bearish, but it is one of the things that we look for as confluence in the charts to say which way the trend is basically going. And the fact that we've not come down to this 55 EMA yet on the daily time frame, guys, is indicative of a potential pullback to that level, just like we're eyeballing in the Bitcoin forecast that we did a few days ago, where we said we may see a dead cat bounce and then come back down and test the 55 EMA, which was down at around about 42,000 I believe. So what you may see in the price action for Bitcoin moving forward, guys, is this creep round like this on the 55 EMA, and then in our price action you could see us sort of come back down, back test it as support, as we've spoken about, before we take off again in this reaccumulation zone. Again, you can see it in the charts really. If you look, you can see just here that we're potentially forming this sort of pattern here as well. So we topped out, we're going to come back down, we're going to reaccumulate before we take off again, guys. So that's something to keep an eye on the Bitcoin chart. And unfortunately, whilst that does happen, potentially the alts could be dragged down as well. I'm hoping they don't. I'm hoping this leads to a mini alt run, as we've spoken about in the Bitcoin dominance chart that we've looked at. As Bitcoin loses some of its dominance, when it comes down to this 55 EMA, what would be lovely is we could see a bounce in the alts and they claw back some of those lost sats against Bitcoin. So that is hopefully what's on the cards. But again, we've not got a crystal ball. We don't know conclusively what's going to happen. It's not financial advice. It's just something to look at, guys. So I'm going to take a look at the Ethereum chart right now. So again, with Ethereum, it's pretty much the same thing with Bitcoin really, where we're coming down. We have bounced. We actually wicked down below the 55, but we are above it now. But if you look, this 10 EMA, it's suppressing us. It's acting as a form of resistance on the daily time frame. We do need to get above that again, guys, to be in an upwards bullish momentum. So potentially what you may see for Ethereum is a back test of this 55 EMA, get above the 10 EMA before we continue on our upwards trajectory in this bull market. If we was to switch to a shorter time frame on the hourly, so on the hourly time frame, we are trying to get above this EMA. You can see it's putting up a good fight. We've not dipped down to the previous low there, which is good. We are showing signs of reversal there. So we've gone up, just reaccumulation before we step up again. What would be nice here if we can get above this 55 EMA on the hourly time frame. If we can get above the 55 and remain above the 10, then that's super bullish for Ethereum, and we could expect a breakout to the upside on Ethereum. But again, as you can see, just there, we painted a lower high and then a higher high just there on the hourly time frame. But on the RSI, we painted a higher high and then a lower high. So that is bearish. And look what happened, guys. Literally, after that was painted, that bearish divergence on the hourly time frame, on the RSI. You can see that slope there. So that's a high high, a lower high on the RSI, and in the time there in the price action, that was a lower high and a higher high. And what happened after? We went bearish. So that was a great indicator. Just there, you could have been looking at that on the RSI and thinking, well, I'm going to short. And obviously this was, when was this? It's 20th of Feb. So this is our crash. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so that was perfect, that bearish divergence. So they need to be looked at and taken seriously in your trading, guys. But anyway, getting back to the chart now, we need to show some strength here. And we do look like we're trying to get above this 10 EMA, guys. So that's positive. If we was to dump on Ethereum, like most of the alts that I've been targeting, I would expect us to come down and just test this bottom here. I don't think we'll come down to the wick. I don't. I'm expecting, because like we've said to you in previous corrections, if you look and go back and look at the charts, all we ever do is come back and back test this as support, just to confirm that we are still in an uptrend. So we may potentially see, it's one of the things that could happen here, is we could come down, test this level here before we continue again and get above these EMAs, guys. So that target right there now on Ethereum, just like most of the other alts that I've been targeting in my video as well, guys, we could see a potential drop down to 1443. But also we may not. This may be a nice reaccumulation just here before we take another step up. And if that was the case, then you could look at this and target this price here. So we went from there down to there for the breakout. And if we break out just here, we could be expecting a price target of 1878. And that could equally be in the cards for Ethereum, because what I am hoping for, I've spoke to you about as well, is obviously the Bitcoin loses some dominance. If Bitcoin can go sideways now, or just go down a little bit, then alts will claw back some of those sats. It has happened before, it can happen. So yeah, watch this space. So to the upside, that's a potential target for Ethereum up there if we have a breakout of 1876. But if we was to lose momentum here and carry down with Bitcoin, then we are looking at a target of 1443 for Ethereum on the hourly time frame, guys. Just looking at the RSI here, you can see that it is tying up with the fact that we have done a high high, a lower high, a high high, lower high. What would be good if we seen something like this in the RSI, where we had a high high, lower high, and then lower high like that, and then in the RSI we had something like this where we had a lower low and a higher low. That would be a bullish divergence. So again, as we creep forward here, look for the bullish divergences on the RSI, because that would be a great indication of reversal pattern and a breakout to the upside, guys. So I hope you understand that about the RSIs and the price action and the divergences. If you want to know about anything, just Google it. That's how I learn. There's loads of trading booklets out there and trading websites that teach you certain patterns. So yeah, just plow yourself into it and learn as much as you can, guys. And obviously watch other YouTubers as well, and they help you learn. So, but that's that for Ethereum. If we look at Chainlink, so again, very very similar action here on Chainlink to Ethereum, because obviously it's an altcoin. I'm hoping for a bounce in the alts, I really am. But like I said to you in my previous video, if we was to drop down, then this is the expected low for Chainlink. I can't see us falling below that again, guys. I think that is the local bottom. I just think this is a reaccumulation now, and we could potentially see a leg up. You can see we are getting above that. You see how we meet in this 55 EMA. Look how far we got away from it here when we dipped. We're slowly creeping back up, and we could potentially, just there we got above it, and then we got rejected and come back down. But things are looking good for Link in this chart. That structure there, that looks very very strong moving forward for Chainlink, guys. So again, we could potentially see a breakout. The RSI is not indicating anything other than what's happening at the moment in the price action. Again, just keep an eye on it. You could potentially see the RSI form bullish divergence, and that would be great news, because we potentially push to the upside on Chainlink. So I'll just take a quick look at 1Inch for you guys right now. See, 1Inch does look good here, guys, because if you look here, this is the hourly time frame. We could be potentially painting a bullish divergence already, because we've got a higher high there, a lower high there, but we're going to form on the RSI a lower high and a higher high. Do you see? That looks like it's just about to go higher than there. So that is a very bullish sign. So we could see a really big breakout on 1Inch today, guys, to the upside. And the fact, I bet if we zoom in on the 15-minute time frame, if we zoom in on the 15-minute time frame, you can see from this bottom here, yeah, this looks quite bullish on 1Inch on the 15-minute time frame here, because we're doing a lower low, a higher low, a higher low, a higher high, and a higher high. That's very bullish. That's really bullish. So keep an eye on that. We have got a form of resistance up here at 416. So we do need to hit that resistance there. I'll mark that for you guys. So keep an eye on that. We could push up and hit 416. We may get rejected and come back down and test this bottom here, this level. We mark that for you guys. So yeah, with 1Inch we could see very similar pattern to what we've seen here, where we had the lower highs, the higher lows, higher low, higher high, higher high, rejected, came back down. We did test this level here, so this might be a bit of a level of support as well at 340. Could mark that for you guys. So that 340, that could be our swing trading bottom right there. This is our local bottom, so that could basically be the absolute bottom if we was to crash again. Again, not financial advice, but what we may see here for 1Inch is where we go up, we test the 416, get rejected again. This will be the bottom, and then we could basically swing trade in this range for a bit, guys. So you could be selling here, sell, 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 buy, 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 potentially. Quick look at Reef. So just jumping into the Reef chart now, guys. This looks brilliant. It's breaking out, so that's great. And the good thing about this on the 4-hourly time frame is that we're testing this trend line as support. We're back testing it as support. So we're kind of breaking out, look, and then you see that wick down. We tested it as support. So hopefully we can keep moving up now and not actually break down to this bottom here. But if we was to break down to the bottom, then I would expect this to be a major level of support for Reef, guys. I would expect, I can't see us falling below down to 0246. I think that this is potentially our local bottom right now. And again, if we was to lose this, come down, this would be a major area. But I'm just going to bring up the fib levels on Reef right now. So if we look at the fib, so from the top down to the bottom, and you can see that we wicked up just there. I'm zooming for you guys. So on these fib levels are really important. As you can see, this wick here, we got rejected off this 0382, but you can see how many times we're bouncing off this 0236 now as support. So that's very strong. That's very indicative of a reversal pattern, and the fact that we're coming up from this bottom and we're testing this 0236 as support numerous times, and then we're approaching this 0382. What you may find is, and this would be perfectly healthy on Reef, is the fact that we, like I spoke about yesterday's video, this looks like a really key area of support now. This 032153 for Reef on the Fibonacci level there. Look at the multiple touches. So we had a couple of wicks down, but you can see we've had a wick up there, acted as resistance on the 0382. So this is a key level now to keep an eye on, guys, as we push up on Reef at 036796. So what you may see in Reef is a slow test of resistance there, crab along a little bit because it'll act as resistance, but then when we break through, we may come back, test it as support, that level, and then go up, and again at a key level of resistance on the 05, which is at 4 cents, and then get through, and again just a rinse repeat as we get through these fib levels. This is the golden ratio here, guys. This is really, if we get through this, then we could take off literally, because this is a golden ratio. It's a very positive sign that from a reversal pattern, that if we bottom out and we can break through the 018, the 0618 at 044 cents, then potentially we could skyrocket, guys, smash through this all-time high. These levels here probably wouldn't show much form of resistance, to be fair. We could potentially just rocket right up through these levels, break the previous all-time high, and then make our new all-time highs, which we set our targets for in yesterday's video. So yes, in the short term, that's on a 4-hourly time frame, guys. So that's something to keep an eye on. I would like to see more volume in here. I would like to see more green candles like we've got there. Look, the buying power, the buying volume to push us up. We could see one big massive wick you see what I mean about the level? Look at that level there on the 038. The last time we broke that, look what happened on the 038, and we're approaching it now. We're approaching that 0382. The last time we came up and we broke that level, we had a massive wick to the upside to the previous all-time high. So that could potentially happen. That's how volatile crypto is. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I've tried to cover a few cryptos there. I'll probably make another couple of videos today on different projects that we're eyeballing. I hope that update was efficient for you guys. I really do appreciate all your comments. Honestly, it's so good to get all your comments and really positive feedback on the videos that I'm making. And I do it for your entertainment and educational purposes only, guys. All I ask in return is that you smash that like button, you subscribe to the channel, you tell your friends and family about the channel, try and bring them in and educate them as well, and let's all learn together, guys, in this crypto evolving space. So thanks, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow. Take care.